Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Elias and welcome back to Skybees. This place looks a little bit different because, well, that guy's in netherite armor. That is terrifying. This is the nether, obviously. I have some friends who are a little upset with me. I'm hoping they'll push each other off a little bit more. But they keep spawning in and they're very angry with me because... well, because of reasons. So I will get to why I'm in here in just a moment, but we do need to get out. And I've been doing some work. So last episode, we were preparing to go to the end. And it wasn't super successful because, well, we need feathers. Feathers would be really nice to have. And we also need eggs. We need eggs to make cake so that we can make the end cake and go to the end. We need feathers for, you know, shooting and killing the dragon. And so it's just kind of a bad thing. Now, I do have some arrows. I have some fairly special arrows. And cool. He's gone now. So yeah, I came to the nether because there is something that we can actually work with. There's not that many pigmen at this point, so I think we might be safe to try to escape. But yeah, so one thing I kind of forgot about is piglin brute, or not piglin brutes, just piglins. Piglins are amazing because, well, we can kind of use them to get arrows for free. Oh my gosh, this is awful. Our entire base is overrun. And they're not gonna... oh my gosh, there's so many things. Okay, this is bad. I don't have a jetpack currently, so it's not like I can just go away and despawn these guys. My jetpack is right in there. Yeah, a lot of things went through the portal, apparently. This is awful. There is just a line of archers waiting for me. So why did I make these guys angry? Well, because I got a feather. So here's the problem. We can't spawn in chickens. I might do some fancy editing with this, I don't know. But in the left corner, underneath local difficulty, there is a bunch of letters. SC, which I believe stands for spawn chunks. M is like monsters, and then C, which I was going to look up on what that meant, what that stood for, but I didn't. But you can see it's really, really high. It's like 100, it's slowly going down. It's 190, it's currently 90. So passive mobs will not spawn unless that is under 10. Now, the problem with that is all these bees count. Now, I took a lot of the bees out. I used all of my bee boxes to capture a bunch of bees, but it was still not enough to spawn any passive mobs. So what I have to do is either collect all of the bees I own, which is a lot. I need to make a bunch of more bee boxes, or, oh my gosh, that is awful. Or there is another way to get chickens to spawn in. Chicken jockeys. Now, the problem is chicken jockeys do not lay eggs. Ever. They will not lay eggs. That is a lot of pigmen. Okay, let's see if we can't come down here. All the babies are here. We can kill all the babies. That's fine. They broke my armor. Oh, right. Gold hat. Okay. Okay. Let's put on... I do have my other helmet. But, yeah, so... we can't actually get eggs from chicken jockeys, but we can get their feathers. And that's what I did. I went to the nether because it's the easiest way to get things to spawn in. I waited for a little bit, and eventually I did get a chicken jockey. And when I did, I killed them. So that is where we're at right now. There is still a lot of those guys. And there is still a lot more. Okay. Why are there so many of everything? Okay, I just need to get to my jetpack. If I can get to my jetpack, which is in that cube, we can despawn all these guys. So can I just like... Am I safe here? Probably not. I mean, I could just kill a lot of these guys. But, yeah. This is gonna take a minute. Come on. I just need to... I don't think I can access that from here. Can they... No. They can probably hit me from here, but... this is also a great way to clear them out. There is my jetpack. Let's grab the jetpack, and let's get out of here. If we go far enough away, they should forget about me. So, yeah, our little platform over here is not going to spawn any passive mobs, is the basic gist of it. Chicken jockeys are a way for us to get feathers, but not eggs. Now, if we can get 2 chicken jockeys, we can breed them together, and that will be enough to... Okay, did they all despawn? Most of them. Okay. Except the ones holding items. Okay. I think we can take these guys on. So yeah. There is... obviously... a couple things that we can do. Or we can ignore both of those and do something completely different to get chickens. So, like I said, we could make a bunch of bee boxes and store all of our bees. That sounds like a horrible, horrible, horrible plan. But unfortunately, I don't think we can get chickens otherwise from just natural spawns. I don't think we'll ever be able to get natural spawns. A naturally spawned chicken at this point with all these bees. However, this one feather is all we need to potentially spawn in, and it is a potential. It is going to take a little bit of time and effort, and so we're going to change gears completely and do something very, very different. So what are we going to do now? Well, with this one feather, we can jump back into Botania, and that's the plan. Okay, I think I got everything. But by the way, I can always go to the Nether, and when the zombie pigmen aren't angry at me, I can always trade with the piglins and get arrows that way. It is a really easy and for us a fairly cheap way to do to get all of the feathers that, or not all of the feathers, all of the arrows that we'll ever need, and those are soul speed. Cool. So let's just put some of this stuff away. I think what I'll do is just dump everything into the system. We need to get to the point where we're using this more. There is some issues with that. I want that feather, please. That is crucial. But yeah, so there is a lot of things we can do. We can work towards all that kind of fun stuff. But we need to do Botania. And so first things first, we need some more living rock. That is the big thing. And I have 2 stone. That's not good. Do I have any more stone in here? No. Okay. That's okay. We can grab stack of cobblestone. I'm not going to smelt the stack, but we do have an energized smelter. We can throw that in. And I do want to get more power for the jetpack. And just let that go. So we're going to want a little bit of stone, because what we're going to do is we're going to make this Cocoon of Caprice. And it's not too terrible to make. It's a bunch of string, which we have plenty of access to. Or do we? We should. We have hemp. We can get plenty of string. It's also going to require a fell pumpkin, which is pretty easy. Then it's going to need mana weave cloth, which is just more string. It's just a ton of string, and then some pixie dust, which is an ender pearl thrown into the Elven Gateway. Well, the Elven Gateway requires a single Terrasteel ingot to make all of the components for it. And that's what we need. Now, unfortunately, to make that, we're going to need a ton of mana and a lot of things to kind of... There's quite a few things, quite a few steps that we need to do in order to get everything with this. So let's put that stuff away. And let's see, we're going to want... we're going to need some lapis. I don't remember if it's 4 or 5. And then we're going to need to make this Terrestrial Agglomeration plate. So this is what will allow us to make Terrasteel. And I remember what I was looking in here for. We want some coal. We're going to have to drastically ramp up our mana production. But for now, we can at least start producing more mana. We're going to have to use more. We're going to need our Wand of the Forest. We're going to need Living Rock. And we're going to need some other stuff because we need to make runes. Now, we haven't made any runes yet, but runes are basically, you know, do we have instructions in here on Botania? We do. Is there something for runes? No. Just the Terrestrial Agglomeration plate. Okay. That is out of power. You know, I really need to kind of consider what I'm doing. So... yeah, we just need a little bit more mana stone, living rock, rather, and we can make some runes. Now, the runes that we need to make is water, earth, mana, air, and fire. These are all tier 1 runes. Now, what's a tier 1 rune compared to a tier 2? Well, tier 2s require tier 1s. Unless this has changed, and I don't think it has, you always get the runes back in the recipes to make runes. So you, except for like crafting, if you're using a rune of fire, for example, to make a rune of spring, you get the runes back. However, when you craft the Terrestrial Agglomeration plate, you do not. Now the basic runes, you get 2 of them for each recipe. This is where we need the feather. And then you use those to make tier 2 runes, which are summer, spring, winter, fall. Or is it called autumn? It's autumn. Apologies. And then the tier 3 runes are the runes of the 7 deadly sins. So it's sloth, gluttony, greed, pride, and so on. So we're going to get together all the resources we need for the 5 basic runes. Now the Rune of Mana is the easiest. It does require a mana pearl, which we just had a bunch of ender pearls on us. So... we can get that. But otherwise, pretty easy. Have I been keeping Mana Steel in here? No. Where is... oh, Mana Steel might be in here? No, it's in here then. If we have any currently. Okay, I feel like we should have some Mana Steel somewhere already made up. But apparently, I didn't. Okay. Mana Steel is easy enough to get, though, because, well, we kind of have a farm. So we're just going to do that and get a ton of Mana Steel. Really easy. So we have some stone. We're going to need that. Now, in order to make the runes, it requires mana, ingredients, and living rock. And it's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. So we're going to need 1 mana pearl right now anyways. So we'll go ahead and get that. And we can make the Rune of Mana first. Now you only get 1 of these. This is the kind of unique rune, but you just throw all of these on here. It is 5, and it will start using the mana to produce it. Once it's done, we throw living rock on there, and we can make our rune. Now for the other 4, water requires a fishing rod, sugarcane. They're all going to require a single mana steel. So we're going to need 4 mana steel and 4 mana powder. Now mana powder comes from a bunch of things. Sugar, gunpowder, redstone. I think we'll use redstone because we have quite a bit of that. And we just need 4 of those. Once again, thrown in the mana pool. Now, once this is done, is my particles turned off? Nope. Usually there's like these lightning bolts. Kind of cool, but not today. So there is the Rune of Mana. We can grab our 4... Oh. Whoops. I'm eventually going to have 2 different mana pools. One for just mana and one for catalyst, alchemy catalyst, but we're not there yet. So real quick, can we put this on? And I just want to make sure that I'm not wasting my time and your time. Let's go check and see if there's anything spawning. No. But if I look at the F3, let's get back to the base. The number of passive mobs at C is only at 15, so not low enough. Now I could try to make it low enough, but I don't know if the passive mobs will spawn at night, and it's kind of a pain to get them to spawn anyways. This is going to be a guaranteed way to get things to spawn, and it's going to be some progression through Botania, so might as well. So we're only going to need 4 living rock for this. We should be good otherwise. So what all do we need? We need sugarcane, bone meal, fishing rod. Let's actually just do rune of, yeah, we'll just do that. Nether wart, gunpowder, nether brick. Nether brick is a little bit more challenging, but not really. So we're gonna need a bit of string. We're gonna need some sugarcane, which is in the farm. We're gonna need some bone meal. Let's see what our system has. I think we should have some bone meal in here, right? Maybe. No. Okay. Was worth a look. So let's see. Do we have bone? We have bones. Okay, that'll work. We'll just make some bone meal. We can get some sticks. Make the fishing rod. And I think that is everything for the Rune of Water. Sugarcane. We just got to grab that. And then while it's kind of powering up and all that, we will grab other stuff. No big deal. So, like the water thing for the seeds, we can just right-click to repeat the last whatever we made, but not necessarily useful for us because we only need 1 copy of all these for right now. But I do need to grab netherrack and smelt it up. Put some stone in there. What else are we going to need for fire? We need gunpowder. Earth is a block of coal, a mushroom, and some sort of stone. So we'll take that back. So I just need gunpowder. I'm going to need a mushroom. And gunpowder will be in here. Perfect. Okay, so that is probably done. We put that there. Hit it, and we do get 2 runes. So just doing the one I know off the top of my head. Let's get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Some more mana going. We need a full mana pool worth of mana in order to make a single Terrasteel. It is super expensive in terms of that, but we will get there. Alright, the last one is air. Air requires string, carpet, and a feather. I have the string. Carpet shouldn't be too difficult, question mark. Do we have... Would we have wool? No, we're going to have to use string. That's okay. We do have plenty of string. We have plenty of ways to get string. We can always harvest this, and that will get us more string. Nothing too difficult. And those 2. And you can just right click that and it will drop it onto it. So with that, we will have pretty much everything we need in order to make the Terrestrial Agglomeration plate. Now, we might want to do some other things though. Um, Having one of all these runes is going to be really good so that we can make upgraded runes if we so choose. Now, why would we want to do that? Well, because of flowers. If we look at our Lexica Botania, we can look at the generating flora. And one that's kind of good for us right now is the Gorgamillus. But this requires summer. Now the question is, can we make summer? Summer is melon and slime balls with air and earth to sand. Okay, I think we can do that. So we're going to make the Gorgamelis Flower. This flower is really, really, really good. We need yellow, red, and light gray. So light gray, yellow, red. It does require a Rune of Fire. Runes of Fire are easy enough to make. And then Rune of Summer is air and earth, which we'll just use the ones in our inventory. So let's just throw air and earth on here. And then we're going to need 2 sand, melon, and a slime ball. Now, slime ball we have. Melon is a question mark. Do we have any sand in here? No. I don't think we have any melon currently. But to get melon is not too much of a challenge. I don't think, anyways. Let's hope. So we just need to grow a melon. And that shouldn't be too difficult. Assuming we have melon seeds. Sweetberry cactus, sugarcane, melon seeds. We have plenty of melon seeds. We have a ton of melon seeds. Let's just take the potato. Bone meal, please. And then hopefully, oh right, it grows because we walk around. We don't need bone meal, so we just gotta wait for the melon. While we're waiting, let's go ahead and make the Terrestrial Agglomeration plate. Now, it is gonna require a couple of things. You know, I really could use a crafting table over here. Let's get the crafting station. Just put it right there. Perfect. So, the Terrestrial Agglomeration plate, we're going to need a block of mana steel and the 2 runes that I had in my inventory. So we're going to need the block of mana steel. So you know what? Rather than doing that, let's make the other thing that we're going to need. We're going to want some sparks. Sparks are really cool. They require any 2 petals. Doesn't matter. All of these are all even, so it does not make one bit of difference. And I think we're going to make 2 of these. And what this does, sparks transfer mana. Sparks transfer mana very well, very quickly. And so that is going to be super important because the Terrestrial Agglomeration plate, to make the actual Terrasteel, takes forever. It takes so much mana, it's ridiculous. You know what? Actually, we're at 7. I have a little bit of power. Let's go see if we have any passive mobs. No. Okay. It's raining, so there's the potential. I'm going to check that every once in a while. If it is more than 7 while it's still raining, we're not going to... We're going to just kind of wait for a second and go check things out. Anyways, back to what we were doing. We need some gold nuggets and we need some blaze powder. Luckily, gold nuggets are easy enough. And the blaze powder is also pretty simple. So, like I was saying, the Terrestrial Agglomeration plate, to make each individual piece of Terrasteel, takes a ton of mana. And it needs to have it fairly quickly. 5 minutes, you know, the despawn time for items. If you don't have it in 5 minutes, then it despawns. You don't want that. That's bad. So it's a matter of getting things together quickly enough and not having issues with, you know, worrying about getting the mana fast enough. The spark solves that. We can put one over top of... Let's just break these so that it has optimal spaces to spawn. And then we can alternatively grab another seed and do what we should have done in the first place and plant it with the pumpkins. So we'll just take that out, put that in, and we'll get a melon in a minute and a half if we don't get one from there. So yeah, there is some concerns with the mana. You obviously don't want to have items despawn, and the way you fix it with sparks. Sparks are fantastic. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, perfect. So we're going to put the Terrestrial Agglomeration plate here, and it is a multi-block structure. It's a 9x9, and that's why we grabbed the Botania, because I can never remember how to make it. So let's see. Basics and mechanics, Terrasteel. So it is 4 lapis in the cardinal directions and 5 living rock, which we only have 4. So we need 1 more. Rabbits count as passive mobs. So rabbits spawned. Let's go see if anything spawned over here. Nope. Okay. It's worth looking every once in a while. But more rabbits spawn, so not gonna work. We've got to kill all the rabbits, including the bunnies, as much as I hate it. But if we want to have a chance to have chickens, rainy days are actually perfect. Oh my gosh. Rabbits really, really have the jukes. So we're down to 6, so we'll take a look at that in a little bit. But yeah, so the Terrestrial Agglomeration plate, we're going to need 1 more mana stone. So we're going to need to go get some more stone. And hopefully we can finish this up. So once we have enough mana, and this is the difficult part, getting enough mana to make a single piece of Terrasteel so you can make a portal and start summoning in mobs, or doing whatever you want with the Elven portal, which is what we need. It's just kind of a pain. That's why it's always nice when you can have some sort of automated way to make Terrasteel. And that's what we're almost to. So we should have a melon by now. This should be 14. Okay, we have a melon. Never mind. So we can break that down. We just need 1 melon slice. And still only have 5. I might go check out, while this is kind of cooking, let's go look one more time. Still at 5. I'm just not having any luck with any passive mobs spawning in our world. So it's fine. It stopped raining, so back up to 126. Yeah, not gonna work. Anyways, we should have everything we need now. We just need to grab 2 of these. Is this done? It is. We can make our rune, and as you saw, we got all the runes back that we didn't use. So now we can make not only the Terrestrial Agglomeration plate, but also we can use these with some petals, and we need a bucket of water. We are going to need some seeds. It is those, that, and that. Now this will not give us our runes back, but that's okay for the most part. And just gonna put that in there. We just need some seeds. We have a single set of seeds. Let's make sure we have more seeds, just in case, because I don't really want to have to, you know, grind out more seeds or anything like that. We have plenty of seeds. Okay. So this will make the Gorgamillus, and the Gorgamillus works on food. It eats food. It then produces mana. So you are connected to there. We'll need to upgrade our mana spreaders at some point, but the next tier requires what we're working towards, so not quite there. Anyways, we can put down a couple of things. So one, we can put the Terrestrial Agglomeration plate down. We can put a spark on it, and we can put a spark on here. So when this guy needs mana, it will drain it from this mana pool. Now this mana pool has to be mostly full, I believe. And so how are we going to do that? Well, we feed it food. It's going to eat that, and it's going to produce quite a bit of mana, to the extent that I think we need another mana spreader, which is pretty easy to get, so not a problem. So I'll tell you guys what, I am going to step away for a moment. I'm going to get all of the mana I think we need, and we're going to make our first piece of Terrasteel. Now, ideally, we would make 9, but there are better ways to get mana soon enough, and so I just want to get the one. We'll make the portal. I'm going to get everything together so that we can do that pretty quickly, and then we'll go from there. So I'll be back once I'm ready with all of that, and we will continue on. Alright, so I believe we have enough mana at this point. It is a little over half a mana pool full, and I've gathered up all the other things that we need. I've been feeding the Gorgamillus the Dadcraft salad, as well as my honeyed apples. You don't want to feed it the same thing constantly, because it will start to get diminishing returns. It makes a different noise when it eats. And yeah, made another mana spreader just to fully fill up that mana pool. So there is a couple of things we need still. First thing we're going to need is a mana diamond and a mana pearl. So mana pearl, a mana diamond, and a mana steel is what we need to throw on here. And it will go pretty quickly, and it will drain this mana pool pretty quickly. And you get this cool little animation. Yeah, there goes all of the mana I just created. The Gorgamillus, by the way, is really good if you have some good food sources available to you, which we do. But yeah, this is going to take just a second longer. And then we're going to be pretty much out of mana, which is not good. But there we go. There is our Terrasteel. And that is another, well, that is an advancement. But new chapters of Botania have been unlocked. Because Terrasteel is a pretty big deal. So let's just break this. Now we're going to need to make 9 more of those. And I say 9 more of those because I'm not going to make 8 more of them and get the bee. I'm going to go ahead and get the portal so that we can start working towards getting chickens. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to split up this Terrasteel ingot into nuggets, and we're going to need all of these. So I have a bunch of living wood on me. The first thing we need is a Elven Gateway core. We're going to also need 3 glimmering living wood, which is just glowstone and living wood. And then we're going to need to take mana pylons and turn them into natura pylons. And then I've already made a mana pool. That all was a quest, by the way. I've been working on this. I made a mana pool, 2 mana pools, and that's what we're going to need. So we're going to grab this and Alphamancy Portal to Alfheim. So the cool thing about this is we do have a visualization thing, so we can anchor it. Let's break here. Let's put it on there. And that shows us what we need. So is that good placement? Sure. So we're gonna need to build this structure. And before we activate, there's a couple other things we need to do, but basically it's pretty simple. It's kind of like a nether portal, but with living wood and glimmering living wood in the center, which does look kind of nice. And then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Structure completed. Perfect. But that's not quite everything. We're also going to need some mana pools with Natura pylons on top of them. And we're going to put them, I guess we can put them here and here. That'll look kind of nice. We can put Natura pylons on top, like so. And this is the portal to Alfheim. All it needs is a little bit of power, and we're good to go. Now, the mana from the mana pools we need. Okay, so I do believe. Yeah, so in order to activate this, I was just reading a little bit. We need mana. And you see it closed almost immediately. But there is the portal. It's trying to open. But what it does is it needs a bunch of mana in these mana pools, and it will draw equally. And then what we can do from there is throw items in and get stuff out. So obviously we need to continue feeding this guy mana, and these guys as well. The Gorgamillus was not too terrible to make, so we might want to make more of those, but I'm running low on food. Not that big of a deal though. We can get plenty of food. So let me think about this for a second. Now, we're also going to need a couple of things. One, I want a bunch of couple things. We're gonna want to get We're gonna want to get about 16 of these mana pearls, and we're gonna also want to turn all these diamonds into mana diamonds as well. So I've got more work to do. What I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a couple more Gorgamelis flowers and a couple more mana spreaders so that we can fill up both of these, or maybe I'll just do one and we'll make another Gorgamelis and another mana spreader, and we'll have those over here on these guys so that we can make what we need basically in terms of getting all the mana for these guys so we can use this whenever we want. That is the idea with that anyway. So I will once again return once we're ready to open this portal and actually start getting some stuff to go through. I'm also going to grab all of the ingredients we're going to need for the Cocoon of Caprice, which we won't actually get to see how to make that until after we use the portal. You'll see in just a moment. So I'm going to do that, and we'll come back once that is done. Alrighty then, so with the Fell Pumpkin and the Mana Weave Cloth, we are pretty much ready to open this thing. So we have quite a bit of mana in these pools. Did a little bit of research, and apparently it's about 20% of a mana pool in total. So we have probably close to about a fourth of a mana pool. So we should be good to go ahead and open the portal, and then it's pretty insignificant to get items through. So it used to be a lot more expensive to keep the portal open. I think that's been changed, and now it's mana to transport items, not to keep the portal open. So we'll see here in a second if the portal opens. It does. It drained a bunch of mana. And we're going to throw in the Lexic Botania. And it's going to come back to us. And this time... it used to be that it would be signed, but now we have some new chapters. Yeah, so there is a message from the Elven Guard, basically telling us that, hey, there's more information. And then we're going to throw in our mana pearls. We're going to throw in 2 for right now. We'll get 2 pixie dust back. Apparently, okay, there it is. It's on the other side. The other thing that we definitely need to get the blocks of mana steel to get a block of elementium, so that when we have elementium bees, we can do stuff with that. Now, it doesn't seem like this is draining any mana except when we put things through, so that is good. We'll throw the rest of the mana pearls in, and the block of mana diamonds, and we have dragonstone, we have pixie dust, we have everything we need. So we're just going to leave that as it is. I'm not going to close the portal unless there's ever, like, I'm going to let the portal close on its own if it actually does. I don't think it will, but we'll see in the future if it needs, if it does. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, then it'll just be open and we can use it as we want. We'll just try to make sure there's some mana in here so that it stays open. So let's look in the Lexic Botania. The thing that I want to see is the mystical item. I think it's a mystical item anyways. It doesn't appear to be. Natural apparatus. Haha, the Cocoon of Caprice. So this will slowly evolve to become a baby animal. It'll usually be a farm animal, but sometimes you can get wolves and horses. You can also give it emeralds, coarse fruit, and other things to influence what it becomes. And yeah, that's it. So we're gonna make 2 of these. And we're going to place them down over here in our old breeding chamber for the bees. And we're just going to put them here. And I don't know how long these take. So we'll see. And hopefully we get at least 1 chicken. If we get 1 chicken, that's all we need. But I don't know how long these are going to take. So yeah, that's probably going to be where we stop for today. So I can definitely make a lot more of those. Pretty easy at this point now that we have the portal open, and we can just, you know, the only thing that we'll have to really worry about is getting more string, but string is easy enough to get from hemp, and just in general it's going to be pretty simple to continue on. So 1 feather is hopefully going to turn into a bunch of chickens. And we can also use these to, I think, I could be wrong on this, but I think we can also use them to get villagers. Villagers would be kind of awesome, to be perfectly honest. So we might do that. We might just get some chickens and go from there. So that's the plan. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. A little bit of a long one. But yeah, Botania is a lot of fun, but it also is very tedious producing mana. Now, we do have better ways now to make mana. Basically, there is a bunch of new generating flora. We can give wool, different colored wools, shulk, so levitation. If a nearby monster is hit with a shulker's projectile and it's... Oh, interesting. That's interesting. So it kills the mobs. Don't know if we want that. Cakeimurus, which is really good. It eats cakes. Makes mana out of cakes. This one eats man-made flowers. In the petal apothecary. So basically it eats other flowers. And then this one is super duper complicated, and I'm probably never gonna even touch it. But we have, what do we get? What do we get? We have a baby cow, which is nice. Baby cows are good, but we also have a baby rabbit, and the rabbit is not really wanted. So I am going to continue making the Cocoons of Caprice, and I'm going to try to get some various baby creatures. hopefully get a chicken at some point, and I might see if we can make a villager. And if we can, then great. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!